Hey everyone, ready to step up your wellness game?
I like that. Step up your wellness game.
Today, we're going to dive deep into walking,
Hmm.
specifically those magical 30 minutes a day everyone's talking about.
Magical. I like that. And important to clarify. Right.
Totally. This isn't about prepping for a marathon tomorrow. It's about small changes, big impact, and how something as simple as walking can lead to a healthier, happier you.
It's amazing how much potential there is in something so, well, basic. Like, we all know walking's good for you.
Right, but it often gets overlooked.
Exactly. So we've brought in the experts to get granular. Strength coach Seth Foreman, health coach Lindsay Tullis, even got Ronnie Garcia, the personal trainer, and Kirk Shave, who is a trekking expert, to weigh in.
Covering all the bases.
Precisely. And you'll be surprised at how far reaching the benefits actually are. We're talking heart health, mental clarity, stronger muscles, even a sharper brain.
Okay, now you've got my attention. So let's unpack this. I think most of us know walking's good for our hearts, but what's the real science there?
It's more than just good. Think of especially that brisk walking as a targeted workout for your whole cardiovascular system. Your heart, your lungs, they're getting stronger, more efficient.
Like a tune-up for your body's engine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And get this, Lindsay Tullis, our health coach, she points out that a brisk 30-minute walk can be as effective at lowering blood pressure as some medications. Just imagine achieving that by lacing up your shoes.
Wow, that's wild. I mean, I knew walking was beneficial, but that's next level.
And it goes beyond just like preventing the bad stuff. Remember that energy boost we talked about that you get after a good walk?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Part of that's from the increased blood flow, not just to your body, but also to your brain.
Okay, so that explains a lot. Sometimes I swear my brain's running on fumes, and a quick walk just totally revitalizes me.
Exactly. And speaking of revitalization, let's talk about this whole nature bathing effect, especially if you can take your walks outdoors.
Nature bathing. I've heard that term thrown around, but what's the actual science behind it?
Our trekking expert, Kirk Shave, he swears by it. Basically, it's the idea that being out in nature, even for short periods, it acts like a mental reset button. Studies show it can significantly lower those stress hormones like cortisol, combat anxiety, even help with some depression symptoms.
So not just exercise, but like a mental spa treatment built into your day.
Exactly. And speaking of feeling good, let's not forget the impact on your muscles and joints. You might not think of walking as a workout.
Right. It's not exactly hitting the weights, but I mean, I definitely feel it in my legs afterward.
Exactly. And it's low impact, but it's super effective at strengthening those key muscles we use every day for balance, for mobility. Especially important as we age, right? Strong legs, a stable core, strong glutes, all those things, they help prevent falls, improve your posture, just make daily life easier.
It's like sneaky strength training hidden in plain sight. I like it.
Exactly. And for those of you who feel that midday slump or you struggle to focus, walking it can be a total brain booster.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Tell me more about this brain boosting power.
Research shows that regular walking, especially out in nature, it can sharpen your attention, it can actually boost your memory, even enhance your brain's executive function.
Wait, hold up. Executive function. What does that even mean?
Basically, it's your brain's ability to plan, to organize, to get things done, all those to-do lists that never seem to end. Walking can help you tackle them more effectively.
Okay, anything that helps me wrangle my to-do list, I am 100% on board.
Yeah.
So sharper focus, better memory, anything else.
There's one more big one we should talk about, cognitive decline. There was a study, actually, our sources cited it, looked at older adults. They found that regular physical activity, including walking, was strongly linked to a reduced risk of dementia.
Wow, that's amazing. So not only can it help me feel sharper and more on point today, it's also an investment in my future brain health. That's huge.
Exactly. It's like preventative medicine in its simplest, most accessible form. And let's not forget about the impact on body composition.
Right. I was just going to say, I mean, burning calories and just feeling fitter is a definite bonus. But let's be real, sometimes the hardest part is actually fitting it into our crazy schedules. How do our experts recommend making this whole 30-minute walking habit stick? Because knowing it's good for you and actually doing it
Oh, totally.
are two very different things.
Night and day. It's all about finding what works for you. And the good news is, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. No boot camp mentality here.
Right.
Boot camps are definitely not for everyone. Seth Foreman, our strength coach, he's all about starting small. Even just 5-10 minutes a day, it can actually make a difference and you can gradually increase from there.
I love that. It's not about like suddenly becoming a marathon runner. It's about those small, consistent efforts.
Exactly. And Lindsay Tullis, she reminds us it doesn't even have to be about those dedicated walks, you know? It's about like how can you weave more movement into your existing routine?
Okay, so like thinking outside the traditional walk around the block idea. What are some examples?
Think walking meetings, active breaks during your workday, even just like taking the stairs instead of the elevator. It all adds up.
Those are great. I actually had a walking meeting a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I was so much more engaged and energized than usual. I felt like my brain was actually working better.
See? There's real science behind that. And Ronnie Garcia, our personal trainer, he's big on setting those realistic goals, right? Scheduling your walks just like you would any other important appointment.
Ooh, I like that. Put it in the calendar, make it non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to let those good intentions fall by the wayside if they're not prioritized.
100%. Now, what about the tech side of things? Fitness trackers, apps, helpful or just distracting?
That's a good question. I'm kind of a data nerd, so I love tracking my steps, but I could also see how it could become like an obsession, you know?
Oh, totally. Our experts, they actually had some interesting thoughts on this. So, while technology can be great, right? Like for tracking your progress, mapping out routes, even for safety, there's also something to be said for just mindful walking without those constant distractions.
So maybe ditch the phone sometimes and just be present in the moment.
Exactly. It lets you really tune into your body, engage your senses, really experience all those stress reducing benefits that we were talking about earlier.
Speaking of being present, what about safety? Especially if I'm walking outside as it's, getting darker earlier now.
Yeah, so important. Ronnie Garcia, he really emphasized visibility, especially during those like evening or early morning walks, right? He recommended wearing reflective gear, carrying a flashlight, just being super aware of your surroundings.
Practical tips, but nothing that should, scare anyone away from enjoying a good walk. It's about feeling empowered, not intimidated, right?
Exactly. And Lindsay Tolas, she actually reminded us about something that's often overlooked: good footwear.
Oh, tell me about it.
Mm.
I once tried to go for like a power walk in my old sneakers, and oh my gosh, my feet were screaming at me afterwards.
It makes such a difference. A good, supportive pair of walking shoes, it's crucial, for comfort, for injury prevention. It's about setting yourself up for success, not suffering.
It really does feel like we're talking about supporting both our physical and mental well-being, with this one simple habit. It's very holistic.
It really is. That's the beauty of it. It's not just exercise, it's a lifestyle shift.
Yeah.
And it can have these ripple effects throughout your whole life.
Okay, so we've covered so much good stuff. Heart health, brain power, stress reduction. Out of everything, what really stood out to you? What's that aha moment for our listeners?
For me, it's that connection between walking and cognitive decline.
The fact that something as simple as a daily walk can potentially have such a huge impact on your long-term brain health, that's pretty amazing.
It really makes you think, right, about those little everyday choices we make. And like you said, it's not just about fitting into your favorite jeans anymore. It's about investing in a sharper, more resilient mind for years to come.
Exactly. And I know you're all about taking action, not just listening. So as you're on your next walk, maybe think about this. What's one thing, just one small step that you can take today to make walking a more regular part of your life?
Yeah, totally. Could you maybe walk during your lunch break, even for like 15 minutes? Or how about parking farther away from the store? Enjoy that little stroll in. Maybe suggest a walking meeting to your coworkers instead of being stuck at your desk all day.
Just those small opportunities, right?
Yeah.
To move a little bit more. I'll be honest, I used to think walking was, mostly about burning calories.
Mm.
But now learning about all this stuff with cognitive decline, especially for me, like I have a family history of Alzheimer's, so that's a game changer. Like I'm hitting the refresh button on my brain or something.
And that's huge. You
Yeah.
know, it's not just about the physical stuff, it's that mental clarity, the long-term health, even just feeling happier.
It's those aha moments that really get you right.
Absolutely. And here's another one to ponder. What if on your next walk, you actually took a moment to really see your surroundings? What do you notice that maybe you haven't before?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
We get so used to walking the same routes, we kind of zone out, right?
It's so easy to do.
But yeah, engaging your senses, like what you see, hear, even smell. It's like a mini vacation for your mind.
Exactly. Those little shifts in perspective, those moments of mindfulness, they really can add up to big changes in how you feel overall.
Small steps, big changes.
Yeah.
And hey, you might even find yourself actually enjoying those 30 minutes of movement, fresh air, and a little mental space.
It could become the best part of your day.
Exactly. Until next time, everyone, happy walking.